All right, I am here with the first player voted off of Survivor Influencer Island. I'm here with Hannah Kosh. Hannah, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for making some time to talk about your experience in this very interesting Survivor experiment. First off,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. We had a little watch party for our episode last night in New York, and then we got to see a sneak peek of the first episode of 49. So
Oh,
that was really, really fun. And then got back to LA this morning. So excited.
Hannah, could you tell us how you got involved with going to Fiji and playing in this Survivor experiment?
Yeah, so last summer, actually, I did kind of a similar experience for Big Brother, which I'm also a very big fan of.
Oh, look at you.
So they did basically a condensed version of Big Brothers, basically like a double eviction day, but we were there for about 10 hours.
You went in the Big Brother house.
Yes. So
Wow.
yeah, they did a similar influencer experience. And we got to go in the Big Brother house. Same thing, like one competition or wow, one HOH, one veto, one noms, one person got voted out. And we did it like, no, we didn't stay the night, but we were there for about, yeah, like 8 to 10 hours. And during that like little experience, I was talking to the CBS people and they were like, "Are you fans of other shows?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, like also Amazing Race and Survivor, of course. Like my friends and I have this Survivor Fantasy League. Like we're like really deep in." And she was like, "Oh, good to know. Like, I obviously work on other projects and like all these other things. So like it's nice to know what other people are interested in." And I'm like, "Cool." And then like fast forward about a year later, she was like, "Hold some dates." And I was like, I like have a job now where I like can't just kind of do everything." She was like, "No, this is worth it." And I was like, "Okay." And then she like called a week later and explained everything. And I was like, "Oh, absolutely, I will be there."
How did you do on influencer Big Brother?
I did well on that one. I was not voted out on that one, but I like that was interesting because like in our episode, Carl was like, "I wish there was someone who was really annoying that would make it an easy vote." And in our Big Brother one, it was like the most like annoying person, and it was the easiest vote. So
Hmm. Okay. I want to get into what happened on the island, but can you just tell the listeners a little bit about what it is that you do in your day job?
yeah, so I'm a host on Sirius XM with the Unwell Network, and I host a daily talk show that's pop culture, entertainment news, reality TV, and kind of anything that's going on. It's like Gen Z, millennial, women, girls, kind of everybody, and what's being talked about on the internet.
Okay. So you, I was blindsided by you going home in this episode. I did not think that it was going to be you.
Yeah.
Were you blindsided by the vote?
I was not blindsided by the vote. I obviously didn't think I w- I was half blindsided. I didn't think that it was going to happen, but there was like a gut feeling in me that was like, I feel like if something's going to happen, if plans don't work out the way that we all think it's going to work out, that it's going to be me. And I just also feel like from what everyone like was talking about, they wanted to like make it a more spiced up tribal council, which we all kind of did. We were there for one night. We were like, might as well make it fun. And so once I heard those conversations, I was like, I don't think it's going to be Alyssa. It will never be Monet. Davis is safe now. Obviously, Klitz. So I was like, I just really think it would be me.
Yeah. Was there anything you could have done differently?
I don't think so, to be honest. We were all talking that obviously if we were playing the game for real, we would go into it a lot differently. But just knowing kind of like the one night of it all and the one person being evicted, like everyone's like, if you were playing the game for real, there was no way you'd be the first person voted out. Like you were one of the three people building the shelter, you were gathering everything, like you were the one making the fire. It's funny because one of the clips like that didn't make it in, I was like walking around with all this firewood and I was like, "Remember at tribal council tonight who's been doing all of the work?" And everyone was like, "Ha ha ha." And I was like,
Hmm.
"Yeah."
So, Hannah, would you have played your shot in the dark if they gave you one?
Yes, I would have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, in the vote that happened, who did you vote for?
I voted for Faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. We wanted to split the votes. And that was the thing too, is like no one wanted to be a dick and like make it just like unanimous. And so we're like, let's split the votes. Hopefully there is the idol played. Like Klitzer was looking for it for so long that we were like, I feel like he probably did have it. Like, or like I just know. I was like, I don't like. I knew I stopped looking. A lot of people stopped looking, but I was like, if anyone did find it, it was Glitz, and he
Mhm.
and Carl were gonna do whatever they were gonna do. And so I did think that that was funny too. Everyone was like putting the target on me and Alyssa, and I was like, Glitz and Carl were so much closer the entire time.
If you all played the full season, who was going to win?
Honestly, I think Davis.
Really? Because I feel
Yeah,
like Davis was kind of under the radar,
he was very under the radar.
but I guess
He was
that's good sometimes.
Yep, he was cool with everyone because he was cool with obviously all the girls and the gays, but then like with all the boys too, he was kind of just like one of the boys hanging out, and he was the one that like did the design for our shelter, and he obviously was like very athletic in the challenge. His only little downfall was that he was really hungry and really tired like really early. I'm like, you're just a little 22-year-old boy. Like I forget you're frail. So he would need to like bulk up for that if he was playing for real, but I think he would do really, really well.
We never saw you guys eating anything. Did you ever find any food during your 36 hours?
We ate coconuts, and there was one fish that was caught that was about, maybe an
Mhm.
inch and a half big. But it's funny though, the producers were telling us they were like on normal Survivor, the contestants don't start talking about being hungry or food until about like day 2 or 3. And they're like, with you guys, it was 4 hours in. You're like, so when are we gonna make coconut rice?
So now that you've lived the experience, how does it compare to what you've seen on television?
Living it in real life is so much harder than it looks on TV, and it already looks so hard on TV. But being there, I had like a whole new appreciation for everybody and the whole entire experience and how much goes into the whole production of it all, because it is so hard out there, but you also don't feel unsafe. You don't feel like anything's gonna happen to you. Like it's just like a whole experience. And I was like, oh my God.
I always say that the rain is the worst part of Survivor, and you really got, from what Jeff said, was a really bad rainstorm on the night that you were out there. Can you describe that for people?
I think it rained the first 20 of 24 hours that we were on the island. It was a torrential downpour. It was so miserable. And it just like every time you thought it would start to let up, it didn't. And then we obviously didn't get firewood before it started raining. So then there was nothing we could do except for just sit there in the downpour. And it was just dripping through the palm fronds as we were staying there. It was literally miserable. The producer told us that it was the second worst night that he's seen in his like 12
Oh
seasons.
my God.
And the only reason the other one was worse was just because it was a little bit colder, but we had like worse thunderstorms.
Yeah. And then did you sleep at all that night?
It's funny. We all looked at our Aura Ring data when we got back, and it was like 3 hours and 12 minutes total.
Did you all wear an aura ring while you were out there?
Just those of us who had them already, but I think there was four of us who had them, and we were all like, let's go and track all of our stuff when we get back. So it was like
Yeah.
stress levels and our sleeping.
Because I don't think that any normal survivor, not to say that you guys aren't normal survivors, but I don't think we've ever had that kind of data captured.
Yeah. And it was funny because Faith was like, let's look at our stress levels. And hers was like in the medium to high for like 80% of it. And mine was like normal. And she was like, you are so chill. It's so annoying.
So tell me about some of the other players that you played with. That who are the people we saw that you had a good relationship with Alyssa. Who else were you vibing with?
I really vibed with Monet. We kind of hit it off right away. And we just kind of had the same, yeah, we just were always kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
I had done the Big Brother experience with Davis. So I knew him from before.
Oh.
And so, yeah, the two of us did Big Brother. We also then did this one together. So that was kind of fun too, because we were getting to compare notes and had someone else that had been through the same thing. But I like Carl and Klitz it was so much fun with them because of how big of fans both of them were, and it was like so exciting to see. Like at the end when I like hugged Carl about the idol, I was like, that literally is like a dream come true for him, even though it ended up like screwing me over in the end, which like doesn't really matter. But
You were happy for him.
so happy for him because the whole time he was like look around and be like, my dad would literally be crying right now if he knew what I was doing. Like I can't believe we get to take this home. And I was just like, it was so much fun to see that from everybody.
Yeah. So there was no hard feelings from anybody, like when you got back to the Ponderosa, that you didn't have like any like tense conversation with anybody after the fact.
No, not at all. The only thing I said, I was like, if I knew you guys were voting me out, I would not have worked as hard helping throughout the day. I would have just went and laid my ass on the beach.
Was there any tension from the event that you went to on Wednesday night where anybody might have said, like, oh, I can't believe you said that about me?
No, not at all, actually. And I feel like there wasn't that much said. And when we got off the island, we all kind of said, like, this is the worst thing I was going to say about you. And we kind of all did air it out. And I was like, Faith, the only thing I said about you is that, like, you weren't helping as much. And she was like, I wasn't helping as much. And I was like, okay, then, like, we're all on the same page here. So no, I think we all just, like, had such a trauma bond overnight that we knew that there was no real hard feelings and nothing that was said was, like, hurtful in any way, shape, or form, and it's a game.
What kind of response have you gotten from this experiment?
The response has been so overwhelming. Everyone is like coming out of the works to be like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, I know. And to see like these big time influencers commenting on the post, being like, wait a minute, like I want to be there. How
Yeah.
these people get picked? Like, pick me next. And so I just feel like so honored to be able to have been a part of it and that it kind of worked out the way that it did and that people are enjoying it because also you don't want people to be like, oh, screw influencers, because that is a lot of like conversations these days. And so it's nice to be like, okay, they really did it. Jeff was really impressed, which I
I got
think,
the sense Jeff really liked it.
yeah, he sent us a video afterwards and was like, I honestly had no idea what to expect, but like you guys went over, up and beyond. We all got to shoot individual videos with Jeff. And he was like, it is so impressive seeing you guys at work just because like how much you guys have to prepare and how different it all is and how quick you are with it. And he was like, you guys shot 3 videos in 5 minutes. And then we're like, okay, I'm done. Like, thank you. And he was like, it was insane to see it all happen.
Okay. Now that Survivor Influencer Island is over, what's next for you?
Actually, sorry, my cat here. Actually,
Yeah.
going to Vancouver with CBS on Saturday, and we're gonna do Amazing Race.
You're doing Influencer Amazing Race?
Yeah, so we get to do 2 challenges with Phil up in Vancouver for the next season. So I am so
Wow, this is
excited.
a big exclusive.
I know. I
Now,
don't know if we're
who's your
allowed.
Amazing Race partner? Are you allowed to say?
Oh no, we're not doing like an actual. I think there's just invited a small group of influencers, and we're
Okay.
gonna kind of go and test it out.
Wow. You are living the dream. You get to
No,
go on
literally, I'm
all
like,
all the shows.
how did this happen?
Yeah. And then where can people keep up with what you're doing when you're not playing on CBS reality shows?
Yeah, you can find me on social at Hannah Kosh. That's Kosh. And also, I have my radio show on Sirius XM every day on channel 109 at 3 p.m.
Okay. All right. Hannah, thank you for making some time to talk about this experience. I thought it was really fun to watch. And yeah, I hope they do some more of these. I think they could do a whole season of this, like in the summer, like a quick season, like instead of like a huge layoff, like put this on Paramount Plus. Why not?
Yeah.
You know people.
We're trying, like, we were pitching them ideas the whole time. We're like, okay, so next time you bring 8 new influencers and it's us versus the new
Oh, it's like fans
influencers.
versus favorites.
Yeah. And then we're like, or we have it where the fans vote on this influencer version that we just put out, and whoever the fans pick gets to go play on 51. We're like, what about
Yeah.
like a blue collar versus white collar, but it's like
Yeah, all the
influence.
blue collar influencers
Yeah.
versus the white collar influencers. I like
No, but
that.
like corporate versus influencers these days. Like, and so we're
Uh,
like, there's so many things. And they were like, you're getting our wheels spinning. We're like, please.
yes. Who's gonna win Big Brother?
I don't know. I'm still
Recording
ready.
before the double eviction, baby.
I know. I'm still sad about Rachel, but I and Will. Look, those are my people. I'm still Ava. It's kind of funny, but I don't know.
Okay.
Fuck it.
All right.
Still so many twists.
Yeah. All right. Hannah, thank you so much, and all the best outside of everything you're doing on Influencer Survivor.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.